All right. So I'm Ted, and this is the Real Ted G podcast, where you can always find us on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, maybe Instagram,
Soon.
and Facebook. And so I have my producer Bing, because
Hey.
we ran out of guests for the week. So I said, Bing, you got to get on the microphone. And he's seen me this week. This week, it's been a very, very nice, busy week, full work mode. And I've been interviewing people left and right, whether it's new agents, newly licensed, some existing, and even some people that actually want to get into the field, but in a different capacity, like in an assistant type of role. So Bing, how do you view my week?
I think it was pretty successful. I actually I have a question for you though. So,
Okay.
What is the most dangerous mistake a real estate agent can make in their career, since you have so many new people coming in?
Wow, strong words. So let's see. I could go on to a topic of office culture. I will not, though. We'll save that topic. Table that one.
Tabling.
Because I think one of the mistakes. I don't believe there's any mistakes. One of the choices that an agent gets to make is investment, and not what you think. I'm not saying investment houses. That's always, almost always a good thing to do. Investing in real estate, So that's not the investing I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about them investing in themselves, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with money.
Okay.
Although, as you do more business, you should actually increase. A rule of thumb was always, spend 10 to 20% of your income. You should plan. That should be your budget for marketing or enhancing your own business. So that's actually that's been my rule of thumb. But it is nerve-wracking when that doesn't have to be thousands of dollars on postcard campaigns, although certain agents excel at them. I have one of my agents, that's what she does. She's consistent and she's committed, and she consistently does her mailing campaigns, and they've been paying off because she has a success record of over 20 years in real estate. There's so many different ways you can invest, and it has to do with investing your time, investing your money, but even investing your time in education. If it's about watching some podcasts, that can be an investment of time. If it's reading a book, watching webinars, attending office meetings, of course. Or just, I believe in showing up to the office. So that investment of time. Oh, I have to drive there. Oh, there's gas money involved. Yes, of course. So that's called investing, and in yourself, and it pays dividends. I think the investing in education with your field. I think that's one of the most important things. Going to various seminars.
Even if you're just going out somewhere.
Oh, you mean like networking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I love to go out to eat, and I take advantage of being in public to just talk to people and be like, oh, I do this, I do that.
Yeah.
On my business card.
Whenever I go out to eat, I automatically give people my autograph, even when they don't ask for it.
Here, take my autograph.
Please.
Please take this.
Oh, I don't mind you not asking. No,
Sometimes
when they don't ask.
Sometimes I'll leave my business card with the check. I'll just be like, here. I always make an attempt to capitalize when I'm out of my house.
Yeah.
And you should be out of the house. You should be, obviously come to the office, go to your workspace, but you should also be out, prospecting or making phone calls or something.
Yeah. Again, planting seeds, or I'm just going to keep using the word investing. I'm investing in my success by taking 2 hours and prospecting for new business. It's so amazing. Like today, I'm going to go to an appraisal, and I don't have to go. Agents, we are not required. You could schedule it. I go to almost all my appraisals, whether I'm on the listing side or selling side. This time I'm on the listing side, but I'm going to make the investment of time. My client's going to appreciate it. I'm going to bring her a cup of coffee. She's single older woman, and she's alone in the house. So she'll have a little bit of company, and I'll get to chit chat with the appraiser. I'll probably ask him, how busy are you guys, and we'll see. I like to gauge the market. So my investment of a cup of coffee and of a 30-minute visit to my client is going to pay dividends, and I think that's where I think we sometimes take into account the wrong kind of time management, where someone says, well, I don't have to be at the appraisal, so I won't. Okay. And then, that's a slippery slope where an agent says, well, I don't have to be at my closing. Everything is already done. And this is 100% true. Our job actually, is completed by the time the actual closing is taking place. But it's that investment of 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. Listen, some closings I had one closing take 4 hours. And it's an investment. Like my client asked, oh, are you going to be at my closing? We just closed on his daughter's condo. And I said, oh, Lou, yeah, I will. Because I actually had a conflict in scheduling, so I couldn't get to his daughter's closing. But this client's closing happens to also be very conveniently located. So, but yeah, I'm like, you know what, Lou? Yeah, I'll be there. And the client really does appreciate it. I think I've skipped out on maybe 20% of my closings in 20 years.
Well, it's important too. It shows them you care. And I've had clients, I make ads for people, and really all I have to do is just create the ad, collect money, and I don't have to see what happens with it. But I always try to make sure that the ad is up at the location or at the website that it was supposed to go on, and I'll make sure it looks good, and I'll say, hey, your ad's up, do you want me to change anything? Do you just to make sure that the job's done correctly?
Yeah, an investment of time. I actually have to make a couple of phone calls this week, an investment of time to discuss price adjustments and our next steps in strategy. So a lot of people, we always say, oh, I have no time. That's not entirely true. So
you're just not making the time.
Yeah. And you have to commit. So, I have a commitment to customer service. And I think that's an agent's, when I say the word investment, I don't mean money. And it's puzzling to me. We all have things that get in the way of life, we all have life that gets in the way of maybe our passion or our work. And I notice it, and that's usually the agents that say, oh yeah, real estate was tough. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me.
I think maybe it wasn't for them. 'Cause I think people need to see the value in the work. They might not appreciate what real estate has and can offer, but they might appreciate something else and what it could offer them. So I think,
Well, I have the other perspective where I had an agent, storm in because she suddenly had an appointment. This is many years ago. And she said, I need to know everything you know about luxury property marketing. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, because I've only been to, 24 seminars, countless hours of different training classes, not just about luxury marketing, but in general. And I said, yeah, it's going to be, I could just fill your head up like that because, we're in the matrix. So that's the lack, I don't know what the lack of a better word is, the self-entitled or very, it's like, it's almost like I have to say, oh, listen, you better stand down. I'll just go.
I think it's kind of like how it was in college. I noticed that a lot with some kids where they would just kind of, in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they'd be like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I pass this class? And it's like, well, you should have been there the first week instead of, so it's, I think it's just, if you want to be good at anything, you have to have the ability to be coachable and to be consistent.
Oh, great verbiage there, Bing. That was good.
Thank you, sir.
You have to have the ability, or what's that? You have
Being
to be
coachable.
willing. Yes, and it's amazing when people are coachable. It's amazing the success that they enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep an open mind and be willing to learn. Now, if you encounter something and it doesn't work out for you, you need to, have the maturity to say, okay, this thing isn't working. I have to do something else. But if you have the ability to be coachable and be consistent, you can figure that out a lot quicker and have more grace in doing what you're doing or starting something new. I feel a lot of people have this, they like success and the idea of it, but they don't like the fight that comes with it. You sacrifice. It's a war, really, and war requires sacrifice. It's not just the glory of battle, but it's also, patching your wounds up and getting prepared for a long march,
Yeah, wow. Not terminology I would use, but I may have to start. It is. Everyone talks about it's a struggle. It is. It's a struggle of, I would love to, sometimes you just want to be lazy. It's a struggle that says, okay, what am I going to do instead of being lazy?
You got to win. I mean, for me, I never like to sit still. I used to be in the I like to sit around and play video games category. Not that I was ever lazy, but it was just harder for me to...
I used to love video games.
Oh my God, dude, I could play for hours, but it's just like...
When I played video games, the people didn't look like real people. They were not Matrix.
They were not Matrix at all. They were pixelated, little pixel action.
Practically plastic figures on a page.
Exactly. You know what it is? For me, I always was pretty I always like to do things, and I realized if I took the time I'm spending playing video games or feeling sorry for myself or whatever, or putting my energy into useless projects, I could actually, I used to be involved in politics. I'm this is so useless. And I was just if I could take all this energy I'm wasting and put it into making money, I'd probably be a millionaire by the time I'm in my 30s. So I was let me do that. Let me just try to make money and try to advance and do things. And that's the greatest video game of all, is when you can actually... Because life is...
the video game of life. I love it. Yes.
Well, life, video games are based off of life. So why am I substituting what I could go outside and build a house? Why am I playing Minecraft? You know what I mean?
Wait, Minecraft is about building houses?
You could build houses, villages, you could build whatever you want in Minecraft. Minecraft's open world. You could do whatever you want and whenever you want. And I'm well, I could do that if I just apply myself in real life. Why am I living something that I want to do in a virtual world that can get taken from me at any moment when I could just go do it in real life and build something long lasting?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I do tell agents, for sale by owners and expired listings and prospecting. That's practice. A lot of agents think, oh, wait, I'm not ready to answer everyone's questions. That's true. No one's ready. I'm never ready.
But you got to start
that's
somewhere.
Called practice. Yeah. That's why my favorite class in college was improv. I took 2 different improv classes. It was nice to feel, not know what's going to happen next. It's what different exercises. I enjoyed it. So I'm much more improv than scripted, as people can tell.
Well, you have to be to do a podcast.
You think so?
Improv, yeah. Scripted podcasts sound like garbage. I'm not a fan of the scripted. I prepare things. Sometimes, for my show, I'll print out documents, or I'll get a concept, but I'll never have something specifically written out that says, say this at this time, say this next. You got to have an improv base to be successful at a podcast. You got to be good at thinking on the fly.
Oh, good to know.
And that comes with life experience. If you have a lot of life experience, you're going to have a good show.
Yes, so I worked in my parents' diner, so I got to interact with all different people at all different times.
Food service is great. Food service is great practice. That's why I think everyone should work in the restaurant industry, at least for a couple of years.
Oh, definitely. It would make everyone much better tippers.
Yes. Yeah. Makes you really appreciate, the worth of $1 in someone's labor, man. I mean...
Yeah,
I used to be a dishwasher. That stuff, God, that was rough.
Yeah. Well, how I believe in tipping, and really great service gets a really amazing tip. But a lot of people don't realize, I don't know. Today's prices have gone up, but a lot of people don't realize that a little bit of a generous tip can make a huge difference in that individual's life. Whereas it may not. I'm gonna, if I go out, have drinks, maybe twice in a week, if that. So doesn't take that much away from me, but it can it can actually, and if we all did it, it can make a huge difference in the other person's life. It's amazing.
Not just financially either.
No, not just financially, in their whole mood, but it's an extra, extra couple bucks.
And then that could be applied to real estate too, where it's like you keep getting referrals and referrals and referrals.
Well, not because I pay for them.
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm talking about word of mouth. Like, if someone's like, yo, this is my guy, he did a good job. It's kind of like, wow, I do such a good job that, like, I'm getting referrals.
Right. Well, that would be the number 2 most important thing, along with investing for longevity and your businesses, that, yeah, try to, you don't have to be perfect, and we definitely don't know everything, and not every transaction is going to be, smooth as silk, although when they do happen, they are amazing. They don't happen. Bless you.
Oh,
Bless
thank you.
I thought you were laughing. I was like, oh.
No.
But so they're not all smooth and, smooth sailing and, easy breezy. If they were, everyone would be in real estate. Then there would be no one to sell houses, to sell their own house. So, and they're not all smooth, so we don't all know all the answers, but what we can do is our investment of time. We can be present. We can answer the phone. We can return the phone call. One of my clients just recently said their previous agent actually would take 2 or 3 weeks to return a call, or a text for that matter.
Really?
I don't understand that. I mean, I understand taking maybe 2 or 3 hours. I can be, on the wrong kind of day. I'm, in different meetings, and yeah, it could take me 2 to 3 hours. So, I mean, I couldn't even imagine.
Do you want to make money? You know what I mean? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, well, most people don't equate returning a phone call with making money. I think that they say, oh, if I return that phone call, it doesn't matter. Maybe, it's not going to lead to a direct money, but it leads directly to the customer service and the sales experience that your client has. And that's what they remember. That's why it is important to know you were there from the start and you were there at the end when it's possible. Even if it is a thank you card. A thank you card that says thank you for your business, good luck on your next adventure. They'll remember it. But so what did we cover? We covered investment. So investment, when I say investment, I don't necessarily mean money. I mean investment of time. Very interesting topic. I would love to have that with a guest. Someone who I've had some guests that have definitely invested their time and their energy in their success. And then what was the other one? You brought up
investment in time and investment in your people.
Oh, yes, my people.
Well, in yourself, your people, like if you're your office staff or your realtors or, your clients.
Right. If my agent has a question. Oh, yes. Yeah, of course. But that's, again, investment into the experience.
Right.
We talk about sellers, we talk about buyers, we talk about agents. And that's the easy part of real estate, actually, that it is very similar, not identical, whether you're dealing with a seller or buyer on that kind of forefront, or if you're dealing with an agent or another agent, an outside agent as well. And if you focus on how is this going to affect the overall experience? How is me calling and saying, oh, I really don't have the answer to that? Is that going to be a negative impact? No. Oh, no, I don't have the answer, but I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to work on that shortly. Those are words that people find reassuring, and they're going to say, okay, you know what?
This guy cares.
Working on it. Yeah. We had a client, I called them not on behalf of my agent because, I spoke to the client. She can't say enough. I mean, it's a little bit of a glitch. We have title glitches in our transactions. But she was really appreciative. She told my agent, oh my God, I was so nice of, your manager to call. And she knows we're doing our best. We absolutely are. But it's important to, you could be the agent that does everything and you're definitely doing your best and you don't reassure them, and their mood, their outlook on the transaction gets to the point where it's like, oh, no one's helping me, that kind of attitude. So investment of time. But you touched on another topic that I liked, and I can't remember what it was. It was literally 8 minutes ago, and I said, yeah, that's another one that it would be goes hand in hand as the importance in a career.
It'll
come back to us.
Consistency.
I'm gonna have to rewatch my actual podcast.
Being coachable.
Coachable, yes. Open-minded.
Yes.
Open-minded. Like I have a definite pet peeve when it comes to subordinates, where no, that can't be done. Like, you say, I'd like to figure out a way to make my QR code go right to this page on YouTube.
Right.
And it's the personality trait that clashes the most with me is, no, that can't be done. Well, I'm sure you think it can't be done, but how about prove that it can't be done? And
let's
then
give it a shot.
Yeah, the open-mindedness, or agents I come across all the time. Oh, office meetings aren't for me. Oh, no, I'm not a desk 9 to 5 kind of person. I definitely, I'm free and easy, and I'm a free spirit. And you turn around and say, hey, how's that working out for you? How about you try it my way? How about at least give it a shot? Because I'm not speaking from, I'm not just reading pages in a book that says tell the agent to do this, although I have been accused of being a robot. I'm reading from a much bigger book where I've seen things work. People think sometimes that it was magic. Like it was just believing. It was just that. So well, anyway, I digress. This was not my what's one of our next topics, Bing? It's going to be, how lazy can you be?
How lazy can you be?
Oh, today's a rainy Friday morning. I'm pretty lazy.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm being lazy. I think it's going to take me 4 hours to make 4 minutes of phone calls. No. I'm gonna batten down the hatches and get my phone calls done. Go into this weekend. I think it's going to be a sunny weekend. I have some open houses to visit for my agents. Two, in fact, one beautiful starter home in Mastic Beach. I might as well just give him a shout out. 64 Locust in Mastic Beach. Rob Sharbach is doing that open house, and I think it's going to get quite a crowd. So I'll go in crowd control. Right at 1 o'clock, I believe, is having his open house from 1 to 3. And my other agent, Susan Owen, she has this gorgeous condo right here in Blue Point, in the Vineyards. And it's priced at $729. I'm sure it's going to go way over asking price. It's gorgeous. It has an elevator installed in it, move-in ready. She's going to be there between 12 to 3 as well. And there you have it. That's The Real Ted G. And you can find me on Spotify, The Real Ted G Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.